Yes, I did. Yes, I did have her there. Like, everybody saw, basically. Everybody saw. And where was my baby father? Where was their father? Where was their father?
Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own boss. Love yourself. Get up and dance. Level up.
Level up, 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 level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today, right now, this moment, it is story time. I have been telling a few people here and there, but it's like, why not just make a video? And when they ask, click that link in the bio. You can hear the story. But anyway, it is story time. For y'all who may know, those who may know, I am a mother of 3. Yes, I am a girl's mom of 3 beautiful little girls. Thank God. I'm very blessed to have them in my life. But my 3rd child, it needed a little silence there. But for my 3rd child, labor and delivery was crazy. So get in tune. Yes, I had Mila, my little princess, on the bridge. A New York City bridge. Because yes, I am from New York, born and raised. And I don't know, when my daughter get older, when people ask her where you from or where she born and raised, they're gonna look at her like she's crazy. Like, yes, I was born in a bridge, raised in Queens, raised in Brooklyn. Like, they're gonna look at her like she's crazy. And it's to the point where, yes, on her birth certificate, it says the, like, Manhattan bound Robert F. Kennedy Bridge. My baby was... Alright, so let me just get into the story. It was a weekday, because I do remember, I can't tell you what day of the week it was, but it was a school day, because I was getting my oldest Kaylee up for school, to go to school. So, she got up, she got in the shower. But before that, let's start from the night before. I don't know. I had my baby shower a few weeks before I went to labor. And the night before, I just started popping my nails off from my baby shower. Like, I sat at the table, I popped my nails off. I was, like, hungry for some reason. Like, I felt so hungry. I sat there, ate 3 mangoes. 3 mangoes, not me. I should have known, but I'm pregnant, 9 months. I just figured I was hungry. I ate 3 mangoes, and then I went to bed. So now, back into getting Kaylee ready for school. She's in the shower, whatever like that. They dad went to work. He's at work. And I just felt like, oh, my stomach hurt. Let me go use the bathroom. Like, my stomach is hurting, feel funny. So I went to the bathroom, to move my bowel. I didn't think of it. All pregnancies is different. All labors is different. All deliveries is different. This never happened with my other 2 children. This was the very first time, the story I'm explaining happened to me. So I'm moving bowel, whatever. So it might be TMI. But I went to wipe or whatever, clean or whatever. And I see I'm bleeding. I see blood on the tissue. So I text their father, like, you might need to come home. Like, I think you should come home. It might be time for us to have this baby. Mind you, we had a few, what you call that? False alarms. We had a few false alarms because I am small, and for some reason I carry big babies. So I've been having a lot of pain and pressure, on my pelvis bones and everything else. So we had a few false alarms, and they thought that she was going to be too big for me, that I would have needed a C-section. I really didn't want one. And to every woman that had a C-section, kudos to y'all, because y'all strong. I am so terrified of getting a C-section. y'all are not less than one, no less than a woman. We all the same. We are mothers, we carry these children. But I was so terrified to get a C-section. I just really wanted to be able to push her out, So I hit him up like, yeah, you might need to be able to come home because, I'm not feeling right. I'm bleeding or whatever. So he was like, all right, let me know. Not even 5 minutes later after I spoke to him, I went to get up. I'm like, oh, shit. Sorry, I'm like, oh, nah. Mind you, the whole time, Kaylee's in the shower. She's like, Mom, you okay? You okay? You all right? I'm like, nah. So now I'm leaning on the sink like, oh, in pain. Like, I'm feeling like pain. So I text him like, yo, I don't even know why I was texting him instead of calling him. So he probably thought like, yo, she played too much. But I was not playing. I text him like, yo, I think it's really time. Like, you need to come home now. Like, come home now. Like, I'm in pain. Like, she's coming. Like, it's real this time, for real. So he called me like, yeah, like, what you saying? I'm like, we about to have her. Like, it's time for real. Mind you, this was May 8th. My due date was May 14th. And my second child birthday is May 10th. We did not want to have her on the same day as our second child just so they could have their own days, their own special birthdays. But anyways, we wanted them to have their own special day so they could, like, be they self. They could have that attention to they self, and it's not always, oh, I'm sharing my birthday with you, I'm sharing this, I'm sharing that, and we have to just, make things happen. So I'm like, no, you really need to come home. Like, it's for real this time. He's like, all right. He ain't worked too far from the house or whatever. So I'm telling him, you gotta come home. Like, I'm in pain. He's like, I'm gonna call you back. Hung up or whatever. I called my best friend. Shout out to my best friend. You heard? Zara, baby, I love you. I love you, baby. Shout out to my best friend. Like, this girl, I love her so much, but she's freaking crazy. Like, and I'm so grateful for her because she really caught moments in my life that I always wish I was able to catch or I could catch, but because you're so caught up in the moment, it's hard to do that. So y'all will see, I will post clips, videos, whatever, here, somewhere, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But I text her like, yo, I'm about to give birth, like, it's for real, whatever, I'm bleeding and shit. So she was she FaceTimed me. I text my sister. She thought it was another false alarm. She was like, are you for real this time? I was like, no, I'm for real. My best friend thought the same thing. So she FaceTimed me, and I'm in the shower because, no, I just used the bathroom. I'm not going nowhere smelling like poop. Like, I really wanted to take a shower. So I'm in the shower because all I could remember was people saying the water helps you. The water, the hot water, the warm water is supposed to help the contractions. So me thinking that, my dumb ass stood in the shower and had the hot water hitting my back. That hurts. It ain't work for me. Don't try it. It hurt. Like, I was in so much pain. It hurt. Whatever. My best friend called me. She on FaceTime like, I just really want to see your labor face. Bruh. Like, what? She said, yeah, I wanted to see your labor face. I wanted to see how you look when you're in labor. Mind you, I'm like, is she serious? Like, is she serious? Like, I'm in pain. I can't even say nothing back. But, like, I can't even say it's not funny, nothing. I was just in so much pain. But while she's seeing my labor face, she's recording me on FaceTime. I thank you for that, shorty. But she's recording me on FaceTime. And mind you, me and my best friend was pregnant at the same time. Kids was 2 months apart. I mean, not 2 months apart, 1 month apart. So I went in first and then she went in. So she's 9 months pregnant, recording me too. Like, this gonna be you next. Like, it hurts. Like, so I'm in the shower, whatever. Then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call him. I don't know where he at. Wait. It felt like forever that I was waiting on him. It really wasn't, but it felt like forever. So I called him. I'm like, yo, where you at? Where you at? He's like, I'm outside. I'm locked up the building. So I'm like, you're lying. My bathroom, the window, when you open the window, you can see right in front of the building. He's just standing there on the phone. You ain't call me. You ain't say nothing. You ain't ring the bell, nothing. So now I'm yelling out the window, like, help me, like, calm, like, crying, all of that. So he comes up and says, I don't know what's going on through his head, how he feeling, nothing. So the only way for him to get in the building or whatever was to, because I think at the time the doorbell was broken. I can't even remember. But I remember we had to give our daughter, Kaylee, the phone to go downstairs to open the door. So we don't let our kids go far away from us, nothing. I'm not gonna send my child downstairs to open no door. I'm not gonna send her downstairs to go take out the trash. None of that. We do that ourselves. So this was the first time, and it was an emergency. So she was on FaceTime the whole time when she went to open the door for him. They came up together, whatever. He came in. He came from work. He see, like, I'm now at this point. I'm out the shower, leaning over the kitchen, the bathroom sink. So he like, oh, I want to freshen up real quick, da da da. So I'm crying like, oh my God, like, now you want to freshen up? So I'm like, I'm trying to freshen up, like, help me take a shower. He's like, why? Just come on, it's alright, you okay? No, I'm not okay. I took a poop. I don't want to smell like doodle. That whole time I was just thinking I was gonna smell like doodle or I was gonna poop out. So I really was fessing him up, like, I don't want to smell like no poop, like, help me or whatever. So he helped me wash up or whatever, freshen up. So now my homegirl is coming to get them. I'm like, yo, you gotta come, like, it's for real this time. She don't live too far, whatever. So she came, she was coming. She took forever. It feel like everybody took forever. Called the ambulance, and they like, oh, I called the ambulance from Mount Sinai so they could take me, because I wanted to go to my hospital, no other hospital. And I guess they heard how I was on the phone, and they told me it was going to take a while. Just call 911, it'll be faster. So I called 911. They asked me, do you see any body parts, any this, any that? I'm like, no, just my water didn't break, baby not hanging out of me. Nothing, like, I just need to get to the hospital. So my friend in the hospital, and the ambulance wound up coming at the same time. So she tried to hug me, so don't touch me. I didn't want nobody to touch me. I was in so much pain. I felt like if you did like this, I was gonna break. Like, I was in pain, okay? So the ambulance finally came, and I'm like, I'm rocking on the bed, rocking, whatever. It felt like my water was gonna break as I'm rocking on the bed. So they're like, come on. They asking questions while they trying to get me. So I'm like, wait, I gotta use the bathroom. So now I'm trying to go to the bathroom. They coming after me. No, you can't go to the bathroom. You're not allowed to use the bathroom. I'm like, no, I gotta pee. I don't want nobody move. I gotta use the bathroom. So now I'm trying to close the door. Now we pushing the door because the guy, the EMT, put his foot in the door. I'm trying to close the door. I'm like, I need privacy. Like, I want to pee in private. I don't want y'all watching me use the bathroom. So I used the bathroom, whatever. No, I did not have a toilet. Baby wasn't hanging nothing. So I opened the door like, you see, she not hanging. I ain't have her. Like, there's nothing. I really just had to pee. So they like, all right, we just gotta make sure this is not. So they watching my every move. So I had on sweatpants or whatever. So now we going downstairs. They put me in a little chair. So I could not sit down. So I'm like this the whole time, like, oh, snap, holding to the chair. I could not sit down. Like, it was hurting so bad. So they asking me, how far apart the contractions. This and that. I'm like, Mister, I don't know. I'm not counting. I'm not paying attention. All I know is it hurts so bad. So he got the clothes or whatever, got my bag I had packed and everything. We leaving and stuff like that. We get in the ambulance. They like, do you want to go to the nearest hospital? No, I want to go to my hospital because they know everything. I was comfortable there. I don't want to go to no other hospital. Like, I want to go to where I was originally supposed to have her at. So, like, you know, it's out of our zone. We got to call dispatch, yada, 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 see if we go. They call dispatch. Dispatch like, yeah, contrast is 6 minutes apart. Y'all have time to take her there. So now we on our way. We leaving. It went from being 6 minutes apart to being 2 minutes, 1 minute. Like, we get to the fucking bridge, like the entrance, you know, right before you go on the bridge. So we get there and my water break. Like, literally. I was like, oh, like, I felt so dirty. Like, my kid's father, my boyfriend was like, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's natural. Everything's gonna be okay. I was like, no, I feel dirty. Like, this feels so nasty. So now I'm crying because I feel wet and I feel like I'm dirty. Like, I feel so dirty. You would have thought it was my first kid, but my water didn't break like that. When you're in the hospital, when you give birth outside the hospital, it is totally different. Like, totally. Everything is different. Like, they really do a good job concealing, like, hiding everything, cleaning everything than outside the hospital. So I feel so dirty. Like, no, this never happened. The ambulance floor was wet. The bed was wet. My clothes was wet. I felt disgusted. So we going or whatever. I'm in pain. He was like, just let me know. The EMT like, just let me know if you feel like pushing. We here to help you. You know, we did this before. That's blah. So I'm looking at him like, we not at the hospital yet. Like, so we going or whatever. When I said I felt her coming, like, I felt her come down my back. Like, I was like, no, whoa. So I pulled my pants off. I'm unbuckling the things. I'm pulling the things. Like, what happened? I'm like, she coming. So now my boyfriend looking like, wait, what? Just looking at me. And he like, all right. He telling his partner, ain't he telling his partner. So now they switching. They was like, you're going to have to pull over. So now I got one leg hanging off the bed and one leg, like, at the top of the fucking ambulance ceiling. So we on the bridge. They pulled over, the doors open. Legs open. He looking at me like, yo. And I'm like, she coming. So now I'm pushing. Her head came out and it went back in. And then they like, all right, maybe we can make it. She went back in. Maybe we can make it, you know? So the driver went back. The other EMT sitting there. He said, it's all right. Just let us know. We here to help you. So now they driving. 2 minutes later, I'm like, nah, she coming for real this time. She coming for real. So I'm pushing. And he sees she's coming out. So he's like, you gotta stop. The baby coming out. They move so fast. Doors said pop, flop open. The driver came around. They started going through the drawers on the ambulance, pulling out the different stuff, you know, to cut the umbilical cord, to keep her warm. A whole bunch of stuff, like to suction her nose or her mouth and everything. They pulling everything out or whatever to clean it. So I'm pushing. I push, boom. Baby there.
Oh my God.
It was like the best experience ever for the both of us. Like, he really over my shoulder. Like, you got this. You strong black woman. You're so beautiful. This is amazing. You got it. You strong, rubbing my back. And I'm like, yo, this hurts so bad. And all I can say was, like, we not at the hospital. Like, I ain't have no medicine, no nothing. And I ain't want none of that. But it's so crazy how when you would go to a hospital, it's like pressure. They would pressure you to get up the door, pressure you to do this, pressure you to do that. But I felt so much in control. So I'm really so grateful that I gave birth to that. I gave birth. But it was just a crazy experience. Like, it was so crazy. So now I gave birth. They call her umbilical cord and everything. They wrap her in that little aluminum. So now I gotta hold her. Nobody else can hold it. He ain't hold it yet. I have to hold it till we get to the hospital. But I'm cold. So I feel like I lost blood. Like, my head keep, I'm like, yo, I'm so cold. So now they put the heat on and everything. Get to the hospital. So they told the hospital. They told them we coming in. She gave birth outside. You know, we on our way there. Get to the hospital. You would have thought it was Grey's Anatomy. Like, it was so many doctors. Like, when I say, like, watching, if you watch Grey's Anatomy and there's like a trauma coming in, you see all the doctors outside or something. It was so many doctors. It was like so much traffic. I'm looking like, oh no, where's my baby? Don't move, like that type of stuff going on. So I'm holding her. The doctors come in, they pull us in, and I'm like, I was so nervous because so much was happening. I kept saying like, I'm cold. They're like, oh, we gotta take the baby. I'm like, no, like what's going on? They was like, she gonna be right here. You know, we gotta check her to make sure everything's okay. You know, you gave birth outside in a place that's not so sterile. So now I'm like, oh man, I'm so nervous. You see, I'm trying to read everybody's tags, look at faces, remember, God forbid, just in case anything happened. I see the heart doctor, this doctor, that doctor. So now doctors is over me, questioning me. Meanwhile, y'all out there searching my boyfriend. No, send his behind in here so he could help me keep out on our kid. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, leave my stuff. I don't care. Like, y'all not taking, like, I'm not trying to have one of them stories where my child lost in the hospital, some crap or whatever. So he came in. I'm like, watch her. Like, don't let your eyes come off of her. So he's watching her. He got my stuff and everything. And the doctor's like, you know, did you push out the placenta? Did this or that? Soon they said that, I was like, I just did. Like, it just came out. So they took the placenta, they put it in a bag or whatever. Mind you, I keep telling her I'm so cold. And I'm asking, like, did I lose blood? Like, I'm cold. So I'm shaking and stuff. They gave me hot blankets and hot gowns, everything, you know, to put on top of me. So now they're like, all right, you know, your blood pressure, everything's okay. We're going to transfer you upstairs. So I leave out first, and then my daughter leave behind me. Their dad was with her. So now we get to the elevator, and the doctors was like, oh, we can't all get on the same time. What? They like, we all can't fit. So now I'm on the elevator, and my daughter and her doctors or her nurses there with her dad, and I'm like, I looked at him like, do not go nowhere. Don't blink your eyes. Do not leave my baby. He was like, I got her. Don't worry about it. I got her. It's all right. I was so scared. This was all so new. My baby didn't have no alarm on her, no nothing. And all I could think about was all these Lifetime movies and things that really happen in real life. So I'm like, yo, do not, please. So when we got off the elevator, I made them stay right there. Right there. No, we gonna stand outside this door until my daughter come off this elevator. She better be on the next one. The next one. Like, I'm not with nothing. So we stand right there. They let me sit right there. They understood, like, the anxiousness I was feeling. So we stood right there, and yes, my baby came off with her dad on the next elevator. They walked the side room or whatever. We sat there. You know, they checked everything. So she's in her, you know, little bed thing while they waiting her and everything. So now all the doctors also surprised and stuff. Oh, you know, you gave birth outside, this and that. So I'm like cramping and stuff. So they gave me Pitocin. And the Pitocin, normally they give you Pitocin to help with the contractions, help get baby going. But now they gave me Pitocin to help slow it down, like, you know, to close up and stuff like that or whatever. So they gave me Pitocin for that, and now they checking my belly. They pressing my belly or whatever. I just felt like disgusted. I feel like, miss, can you not touch me? And that's what I said to her, don't touch me. She's like, no, you know, I gotta check you and make sure everything's okay. So now she's like, I have to do a cervical exam. I was like, miss, I just gave birth. No, don't touch me. You cannot touch me. She's like, no, I had to make sure you ain't tear, you ain't rip, we ain't give birth here, so we wasn't able to check you before. This is not. I'm like, no, I feel swollen. It's sore. Like, I don't want you to touch me. It hurts. Like, I don't want to be touched near nothing. Like, please. So she was like, it's gonna be okay. This and that. She checked me. It hurt. It hurt. I was like, I wish you would have checked me before, because this, I'm not with it. She checked me, whatever. And after that, they let me sit there with the baby. You know, I got to breastfeed and everything. And this was all before, they came with the alarms and put us in our room and everything. So, he's sitting there, we talking or whatever. He went and got us something to eat. My best friend hit me up. She came. 9 months pregnant, she came. She saw her goddaughter. It was a beautiful feeling, a beautiful experience to have my best friend there, like experiencing that with me. They died. We ate and then they took us up to our room. I was so happy. Everything I said I wanted, I thank God I got, because I did not want to share a room. Because my last 2 kids, when I had to share a room with somebody else, it was like, and it's like I didn't share the room the whole stay. It was like my last day there. I wound up getting a roommate and I was annoyed. And it's not because of them or because of their baby, but you're in a different, your body and your emotions go through something totally different. So I didn't want to be going through that and have somebody else there have them feel like it's them. Or me feeling like it's them. I just didn't want to, whatever. So like, we got our own room. It was an amazing experience. It was way better than being induced or having medicine. Like, I just felt like I felt different after giving birth. I was able to shower and everything right after. Like, it just felt different, and I felt so much in control. I felt freaking amazing. So amazing, so I thought I could hurry up and rush back and get back to my normal life, but my body had to heal, so I really couldn't do that still. But the recovery after was different. And yes, my baby was born on the bridge. Yes, sir. I'm still, yes, so it was an experience to remember. And now I have amazing, crazy little girl. And I thank God for it. Stay tuned for more stories, more vlogs, more videos, more views, more. Okay? More. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And look out for events and everything else. Follow me on Instagram at adore_the_missus. Follow my business page at goddess_touched_. I will link my website and everything below. And speaking of that, we are starting a charity fund for children who's been in the hospital for long periods of time. With every order that's made, you will be donating another order to a child in the hospital. For example, if you order body butter and a bonnet, body butter and hair growth oil, you will be donating the same thing to a child in the hospital who in need. Like when you're in the hospital, a child, adult, anybody, when you're in the hospital for a long period of time, you lose your hair. You lay in, for some reason, these pillows or the pillowcases, it pulls your hair out. So we are trying to help them gain their hair back. So we want them to protect their hair. Your hair is your crown. Let's get these children bonnets. Let's get them their hair growth oils. Let's get them these butters for their skin. Let's help them out. So whatever you order, you make, you will be donating to a child in need of these things. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Please, please, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned.